Welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Theresa fumes as Alex and Kristen's ruse works a little too well and Konstantin activates the pawn at Steve and Kayla's. Wendy and Trip makes assurances to return to Salem after their extended trip to Hong Kong. As Kayla and Wendy make breakfast, Steve tells his son how glad he set up someone who makes him happy. He's so proud of the man he's come. In the kitchen, Kayla tells Wendy she hopes they've a great time, but makes clear they always have a home there. Holding coffee mugs, Steve and Kayla sit in their living room with Trip and Wendy. A smiling Ava comes down the cantina stairs to find Brady and Rachel eating breakfast. They explain they're going on an academy trip to the terrarium. Her smile fades as John enters, glooming at her. She wordlessly passes him on her way out. John jumps over to surprise Rachel, who's thrilled to see her grandpa. Rachel runs off to see her friend, leaving Brady to explain Kristen is encouraging him to see further of Rachel. Further, EJ learns the verity about Jude. In the cantina, John leans toward Rachel with an agitated grin. Eating breakfast, a seated Brady watches them announcement watch days on Peacock, $5.99 by now at their apartment. Theresa opens her mask to reveal sexy lingerie as she waits for Alex with coffee. Still, he's at the demerriments having coitus with Kristen in her room. After checking Alex's room, Theresa muses he formerly left for work. She textbooks him and also answers her door to a hopeless Konstantin. He needs her help with Maggie's prenup. Ava comes to Steve and Kayla's upon Trip's assignation. Kayla tenses, and Steve stiffly welcomes her in. Steve gives Trip a long clinch and tells him how much he'll miss him. Tearing up, Kayla tells Trip how important she loves him and how proud of him she is. They agree to videotape converse frequently and make plans for visits, both ways. Trip gives Steve and Kayla one last clinch before leaving with Wendy and Ava. Further, Ariane Zucker's homestretch airdate brings stories into focus. Steve and Kayla envelop Trip in and grasp after further coitus. Alex and Kristen drink coffee, each wearing one of Kristen's blankets. As they stay for Rachel to find them so she can report back to Brady, they marvel over their fake love turning further real. As they snoozle each other, Kristen wonders why Rachel no way came to have her authorization slip inked. At the cantina, John speculates that Kristen is just trying to reel Brady back by. Brady declares he wouldn't let that be. He knows that just like she did with John, she'll realize she has to give him up. John points out he and Kristen no way had a sprat together. Brady sighs, knowing that because of Rachel, Kristen will always be in his life. Kristen calls, surprised to learn Brady had formally picked Rachel over because she no way inked the authorization slip. When Brady questions his son, Rachel reveals she inked it herself. Announcement further, where to watch LNO Toronto felonious intent. After Kristen hangs up with Brady, she and Alex paw each other. They note their ruse didn't work, but their life-affirming experience was worth it. They fall back to the bed. At Theresa's apartment, Konstantin explains there are no digital clones of the prenup, so each Theresa has to do is get it from the safe. However, securing Victor's fortune will go up in bank, if not. He strongly warns she'll lose Alex and Brady, and the respect of her son. He hopes she knows what's at stake and warns her no way to say no to him again. He storms out. Further stream Murdoch mystifications in the US. Ava, Trip and Wendy walk in the square with light smiles as Wendy goes to buy luggage trackers in the square. Ava tells her son how much she'll miss him. Gash as well as she tells Trip he's her topmost joy. She's so sorry for the detriment she caused him in life, being the son of a cabal queen. He's proud of the person she's come, but asks her to stay out of trouble while he's gone. She promises. Latterly, alone in the square, Trip and Wendy reaffirm their love before heading to the field. More WCTH star fell in love with Hallmark co-star at the cantina. Brady tries to inseminate in Rachel how wrong phony is. She remains perplexed. After John leaves for the office, Rachel asks Brady if he has a gal now that her mammy has a swain. Brady asks how she feels about that. Rachel doesn't know, but says Alex seems nice. Brady knows she wants her parents to get back together, but assures her they love her no matter what. She's the most important thing to him. As they leave, Rachel tells her pater how happy he's going to the terrarium with her. He's happy to do anything with her anytime. Announcement outside the cantina, Brady crouches down to Rachel. Wearing a pack, she smiles as Alex slips into his apartment. Theresa greets him, lowering her mask. Still, she notes he's wearing the same clothes as history. She covers herself up, realizing he didn't come home last night. Affrighted, she deduces he was with Kristen. How could he do that to her after everything Kristen put her through? Telling, Alex points out Theresa's the bone, who wanted to keep affects platonic. Which means his love life is his business alone. Theresa knows, but she's jealous. Alex ignores a call from Kristen while telling Theresa he has to get to work. They pick this discussion up latterly. Further, how to watch Wild UK Cleaner, Hollyoaks still in bed, Kristen leaves a communication for Alex, telling him she's thinking about him and his gorgeous body. She wants to see him again and again and again. At home, Steve tells Kayla he formerly misses his boy, but perhaps it's better Tripp's not around him right now. He fears John believes Konstantin's assertion that he's responsible for Katharina's death. He can't condemn him, however, because if he hadn't taken John to Arya, she'd be alive right now. Kayla urges him to talk to John and clear the air. Konstantin comes to the Black Patch office looking for Steve, just as he calls John. Before John can answer, Konstantin lashes out the pawn card. John drops the phone and doubles over. Supporting himself, John rises with a hardened expression. "There you are, my pawn," Konstantin says. He instructs him to hear veritably precisely because he has an important charge for him. Radiation poisoning, pawn peril, Leo's baby bomb, Sloan-possessed days of our lives for the coming 2 weeks are in. Anticipate Chanel Di Mera to be diagnosed with radiation poisoning. Konstantin Meliunis turns John Black into the pawn. Leo Stark tells EJ Di Mera about Jude Brady. Plus, EJ corners Sloane Peterson Brady about the baby. Radiation poisoning DOL reveal that Chanel will come down with some concerning symptoms. After Chanel's snowstorm deliverance, she was checked out by Kayla Johnson, Mary Beth Evans. While Chanel sounded okay, Kayla had an upset look on her face. Kayla told Chanel if any symptoms arise, no matter how insignificant, to come back to the hospital. Not only does Chanel go back to the exigency room, but her symptoms get worse after being admitted. Kayla informs Paulina Price, Jackie Harry, that Chanel is suffering from radiation poisoning. DOL spoilers Leo Stark's baby bomb. During the week of April 29th, suckers will see Sloane cut off Leo financially. That leads Leo to make good on his trouble to Sloane. Leo tells EJ that Jude is really Nicole Walker, Di Mera's dead son. At first, EJ doesn't believe Leo, just like last time. Ultimately, EJ realizes that Leo has to be telling the verity. That leads to EJ defying Sloane about the baby. EJ is screaming and his face is beet red. Meanwhile, Sloane cowers while holding on to the baby tightly.